Yeah? Yeah. Imagine me and you going together. And young people should be ambitious.
Few minutes, we're going to talk about something that is quite obvious. But I'll give you guys time to ask the questions that also burn you here. But listen, and these guys take us through.
Is it good morning? Well, good morning to you all. Well, we hope you're all fine. Before you is a team of great thinkers, and we are here to explore our thoughts, our worries, and can I say challenges? There are topics that we are going to go through. Things concerning relationships, things concerning menstrual hygiene, things concerning fear factors, etc.
Hello everyone. Hello everyone. Hi. Well, my name is Namatogo Brenda from Active Youth Africa. So our topic is relationship, and she asked whether relationships can affect like school or you in school. In my perspective, I think it does. And I know some students really disagree with that, but I will explain. So, whenever you have things you're doing, even out, if you're working and you have a relationship, you have school. Remember, you have to balance each and everything. You have to give time to a relationship. If you have a partner, you have to give them time. If you have books, you have to give them time, if you want the most out of it. So if you're in school, you want good grades, but you have a girlfriend or boyfriend, they want time, and I don't know if you're going to balance that time, because the person may come in your time when you're going to read, but for them they're not reading. So they want to be with you. And if you're not ready to give them that time, they're going to quarrel, to say, don't care about me. So, if you, like, relationships there is time. Like when you get done with school, trust me, you're going to enjoy these relationships and even get tired of them. So I think when you're in school, you need to prioritize what you want. School right now might seem as if it's not really important, it's not taking you anywhere, but coming from me, from experience, school is important, and when you give it your time, it passes, then you can do what you want. So I would advise you, though I know people do it, but I would advise you to mix books with relationships.
Some people might be in a relationship, but maybe for the educational factor, whereby they believe that if two of them are together and say they are in the same class, say candidate class is maybe senior 4, senior 6, they'll try as much as they can to see to it that they improve their academics. I believe for the Form 6s, you know about 2018, and I believe most of you expect for 2019 somewhere along the corner. But that one was a healthy relationship remains among us, but still you can see how it was. But it's not that it will always work out. It depends on your determination and your focus. It is what is going to help you to improve yourself. I believe that is all that I have to say. Thank you.
The affection and the passion. I pray we understand those two words. The affection and the passion. All of us in normal life have undergone what you call a crush, isn't it? It is okay. For now we may be more religious, it is fun. But I know in normal life, I don't want to share with the boys, that falling in love is not bad. But there are two problems. Falling in love with the wrong person at the wrong time.
Yeah? 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 Ladies and gentlemen, from the Mix of Music, introduce you. Show me the love. Show me the love. Show me the love. Baby, that's what I'm talking about. People. Imagine me and the human Mukwana together. We believe nothing can be done without your hand. Father, we ask you to protect them, Master King of Glory. May you anoint them, Master King of Glory. They're going to be the head, not the tail, in the mighty name of Jesus. They're going to lead in the mighty name of Jesus. No one is going to die in 2019. In the mighty name of Jesus. They are going to live with something for Jesus. Let's go music.
Okay. said, girl, wine for me cocky, and me want gonna dance to a wine and me dance to a wine to a wine. Watch me cross skin, girl, she a wine and a dip. She love she get to see me fine and a trick. She said, no, this one you have time, I watch it fly me look like a flying ratchet. Let me tell you this, girl, me love you because it's straight in eye. Come on, your face and your feel bad. Look them say, back off when you say you're the side. Me tell them me girlfriend, boom, boom.
I'm 23. I just happen to have money, yeah. Guys with money, even if you're 16, as long as you have money, they will call you 10. So it's okay. So how old is MC OLLO?
I'm 19. The fact is I'm 19, I was born in 98. I was born in 98, I'm making 20 this year. You're not my parents.
Lovely. And the gentleman next to you, let's have your name.
I have a different.
Your name?
I have a different.
This week has been a week of media challenge, media involvement into advocating for green environment. Yeah? What is your concern when it comes to, what comes to your mind when it comes to green environment? What do you understand by that? Green environment.
Okay, basically for me I would say, if you talk about the green environment, and then you look at the nature we're in, that means like spearheading, let me say the planting of trees and whatsoever, so that we have a good nature and a good growth.
Where do you come from? Which region?
I'm from the western part of
Do you guys have forests?
so much.
Where are the Westerners in? Lovely. That is, no worries. Let's get to the north a little bit. So I'll go to my brother from Gulu, MC OLLO. You're the guys from SBS trying to, advocate for tobacco caveira, keep your environment clean, conserve the environment. Why this major campaign?
First of all, we'd love to appreciate the school for letting us here. The second thing is this campaign is called the Green Team, yeah? A green team is a team who is, aware about the dangers of littering the environment. When you throw a caveira in the environment, you know it's dangerous. You know it's going to take over 1,000 years for that caveira to be decomposed, yeah? So you know you have to decompose or litter in right places. You know there are dustbins where you have to litter from. You do not have to litter in the classrooms. You know when you see a paper is on the floor in your classroom, you have to pick it up. Yeah? So that is what a green team is about. A green team is young, a green team is ambitious, a green team is aware about their goals and aspirations. Yeah? When we come up with such platforms for you young people to perform, we are trying to encourage you to reach out to your dreams. At the same time, we are telling you to be conscious about the environment. Yeah? You need to be aware that we need green nature, we need to breathe, the air, the plants breathe out what? Oxygen, yeah? So if you cut out these trees, we will have less oxygen on space, yeah? So we need to have these trees. Also, we need to have fertile soils.
I think they can empower them to take up the good environment. Personally, I relate green as I rate green color as the best fuel. You can imagine a world without green, how it would look like. So, nothing with Africa. We are advocating for mental health. When you're mentally very fine, such you'll be able to take up such activities. You'll be able to reason up very well. Like MC OLLO has told us the long-term goals.
Yeah.
When you're not mentally okay, you won't look at something that will be good in coming generation.
Okay.
You will only be stopping, like you only focus on things that at the core.
First of all, I want to take the opportunity for the platform and the OLLO experience and the Green Teens campaign. It's really a good opportunity. I'm going to speak in an aspect of us socializing for our mental well-being. Imagine if, let me say, you had an activity yesterday, you have been engaged, I think, ever since the week began, in serious activities, that is reading, maybe that is doing like school stuff, right? And I understand tomorrow you have the exams. So imagine having a thorough reading process without resting. How are you going to feel at the end of the day? You're going to feel very exhausted. But now look at, by the time we came from here up to now, how are you feeling? You feel like tomorrow there is nothing literally, because such events bring out the joy in you, make you feel like you have left some things which are hard to handle at the moment for a while, You feel relieved. Yeah, so I feel like mental health relates to social life in terms of how we free our minds.
He is one of the coolest DJs in Uganda. Catch him every Saturday, 9 to 11 on NBS TV. And then, give it up for DJ Nico. Yeah. DJ Nico works with Next Radio 106.1 every Sunday. He was not here because he was on air, yeah? He works every Sunday 12 to 2 p.m. on Next Radio. The show is called Crazy Town. You can catch him, he does the craziest mixes, yeah? So all this is family. We also partner with one of awarding organizations. They are called the Fashion Choice Awards, yeah? Explain to them what you're going to do.
Hello, I'm called Shiba Ejoko. I'm the CEO of Fashion Choice Awards. Today we are going to do for you something that you have not seen before. I'm pretty sure you haven't. We have our machine, we have our designers. They will design any of you from here. We will pick one of you guys, you come here, they measure you and they design you. Come here and show the rest of the students.
Listen, everybody, I want to do something different right now.
Beauty by Lian. I'm the CEO. It's a beauty company. I do makeup, I do fashion. I work with a couple of people. With my manager, I call him Ouma Eriot, he's my manager. I work with OLLO. I'm getting into partnership with Modern Faces. I work with PM Music Uganda. I work with so many people. And I don't have work with me currently, my makeup work. Just go to Instagram, Beauty by Lian, Facebook, Beauty by Lian, all over social media. Thank you.
There are days in the year 3657. So as youth, we came up with this, actually especially for girls, you have to save, especially when you're in school. This saving challenge is for Anatalia. How many of you know Anatalia? Anatalia Ozzy, who works on Anchor. Yeah, she's the CEO of the 365 challenge. So we came up here to talk about it. You guys, especially you guys who are in school, doesn't matter how much you save, but actually, for example, when you start, maybe say at the beginning of the term, you say, I have this amount of money, so I can save a little, knowing that you're going to remain with some other money to push you to police station day or any other function. When you save, you have to save up to the end of the year. And when the year ends, we double your savings twice. So if you want to continue saving, you can, or if you want to get your money from us and you start doing something, then it's okay. But we are here because I know saving is a problem with people, but I know you guys can do it. So we serve with Centenary Bank. So if you want to save and you want to open up an account, you can come and contact me.
I come from there. What's up, everybody? My name is MC Mats Reloaded. I'm the official MC Purple Party. I'm the official MC Buzz Events. And of course, I'm one of the MCs that work with OLLO Experience. I want to do something special right now. You've been sitting so much. There's been so much of talking. I want to do something right now that is some kind of special. You know DJ Observer, right? You know DJ El Nico, right?
mambo wapema kubanga polisi fimbo tushanananga besiga kimbo sente tulina naye ate tuli hambo mwana kazanyo mudabe basimbo kani mufudde sitaga joni wembo hapo usigadde bukuba mulimbo kampasi yokuba lole nango kafuge kibira king of the jungle tukuba chaini besalupa